And we are live. I'm joined by Will Currie. Thanks for joining me, Will.
Nice to see you, Katie.
It's lovely to see you. I've wanted to catch up with you for ages, and then I saw your fight announcement, and I thought, gosh, now's my time. So you're fighting on Probellum on the 5th of September. How does that feel?
Yeah, it feels good. It's good to be able to fight again. It's been too long. A year is
Yeah,
a long time. So obviously not because I wanted it to be like that. It just things happened. I hurt my knee. I was helping Dapo with his fight on that Fame MMA, and then there was a pullout for April 25th. Not pullout, there was the coronavirus. So we both had to pull
yeah,
out. And now I've finally got a date. It was pushed back a month before. It was August 1st originally. Now it's September 5th. So I'm just ready to go. I'm just waiting.
yeah.
Annoying.
I've
I've been stuck in this room for
Oh
months.
wow! It looks like you've got a nice setup there, though.
Yeah, it's cool. You know, I've got like the mats. That's Herbert the dummy. You know, we got a pull-up bar over there. You know, another room. So some training partners can
Oh,
stay.
that's a sweet setup, Will.
I need to tidy this up a little bit, but I've got shin guards, loads of boxing gloves, headgear, Thai pads. Everything you need to really. I've got the iron neck as well. You know the iron neck that Joe Rogan goes on about. Got that one as
Yeah,
well.
literally every episode he goes on about it. Is that good
Yeah.
then?
Yeah.
Awesome. So how long have you had that home gym set up? Was that just a Corona thing, or have you always had bits
I
and
had it
pieces
before
there?
Corona. I had it before Corona, but I never used it as much as I have obviously now. But now that
Yeah.
I've realised how good home training is, I'm going to do more of it. It's very good.
Yeah, because I've really felt for everyone who hasn't been able to get to the gym, hasn't been able to train with partners. But like you particularly, whenever I see your posts on social media, you're always somewhere different. You're like training takes you all over the world. So it must have just been really suffocating to be stuck at home.
Mm. Yeah, it was, but it was also nice because I've got a lot of people now here locally that I train with. I've built up my own sort of base at home, which I'm
Yeah,
happy about. Now I can just message anyone right now to train, and I can get someone here who's a decent level.
yeah. So have you just been training all the way through?
Every day, pretty much every day. If not training, my body's too sore to train, and I'm just watching it
Yeah. When I
every
think of
second.
you, I just don't know if I know anyone else of your age, so driven, like so focused on your goals from like when I first started watching you at Rise of Champions in your
hmm
amateur career, you were just so eyes on the prize even back then.
Yeah, it's the way it is for me, where I've been raised, Mum and Dad always pushed me to try and to win that winning mentality, and that's it. Really, it's all about winning.
Yeah. And I was looking back on some of our old interviews, and in the last one, the Fight Star, you were calling
Mm,
out Darren Till, and you
yeah,
knew about that move to middleweight was coming. So
I could see it. I could see it. He's got big legs. He's got very big legs, so
yeah, it's got
he
big
can
legs.
fight in middleweight.
But I've also seen a picture of the two of you together, and you look a lot bigger than him.
I am. That's why I said it. He's not a middleweight. He can make welterweight. That's the thing. He can make welterweight. Don't get me wrong. It is a cut, and you could argue maybe he performs better at middleweight. It's not a massive thing, but I do think he could make welterweight. Whereas me, on the other hand, you'd have to kill me to make welterweight. I'd die making middleweight. To make welterweight would be the end of me. So
Yeah,
I know I'm bigger than him. I'm 6'3". I've got a 78.5 inch reach. I've got the frame of a light heavyweight, but I'm able to fight middleweight. It's not like I've got small legs or I'm skinny. I've still got strength and height.
yeah.
I really want to try and make the most of my height in the middleweight division and try and fight at middleweight for as long as possible.
Well, you certainly have been. You're 4-0 as a pro. You've obviously been doing everything right, and I say this to a lot of people, but you had so much amateur experience as well. It feels like you're building your career perfectly.
Yeah, I'm very. I feel now is the time to now just take it up now. Do you know what I'm saying? Now is the time to
Yeah,
just go to the next tier. I'm looking at the Cage Warriors middleweight belt. I'm looking at maybe a potential belt at Probellum. I'm looking at 4 more fights UFC. That's how I'm thinking now. I feel like I'm UFC material. I feel like now it's about proving it to people, like making it clear. Like that was a year ago. That was me a year ago. I've just been training for a year non-stop. Although I haven't fought, and you could say that's bad, and I tried to. I did try. I tried to fight in Abu Dhabi in February. It was the co-main event for Muniz, the sniper. It was fucking brilliant, by the way. That was an amazing debut in the UFC. But then I hurt my knee, and then I was trying to fight in April, and then proper Corona, and now I've just waited all the time until September 5th is the next one. So trust me, I've trained a lot. I feel like as soon as the bell goes, I'm just gonna be set off, like, just kill, boom. I'm ready. It's been a long time.
What do you think of your opponent? Because I don't know much about him. I've tried to watch a couple of his fights. He seems like a decent enough guy. But
6-0
I know that
as
you're
an amateur, 3-2 as a pro. Only losses to Jai Herbert, who is UFC, and who's the
I
other
saw
one?
that one, yeah.
Not as big as me, not as big. I don't feel he'll be as in shape, like as fit as me. Like I've got a very low resting heartbeat at the moment, 39 beats per minute. I've got very fit over this lockdown. I'm lean. I've got 7% body fat, so I don't feel like he's as much of an athlete as me. And then when it comes to the skills, I don't feel like anyone can really practice this stuff as much as me. So I don't feel.
And
like
if you don't feel you can make welterweight, and he's fought at lightweight, I feel like that size differential could be pretty big in there.
Yeah. I think he's tall, but I don't think he has as much muscle mass. So, and we'll see. I feel like I've just got a lot more dynamic. I feel like I'm a lot more fluid now. I'm strong. I'm way stronger. The man strength started to, from 20 to 21, the man strength really does start to kick in a bit, and you start to feel it. So I can feel it in my shots. I feel like I can. I'm not going to say too much, but I feel like you're going to see a much better version than me that you've ever seen before. Just the version where you can see now the man version of me. So
incredible. Well, your striking has always really impressed me, and you've obviously got loads of submissions on your record, but I feel like a lot of that is set up from the striking, where people are looking for a way out at that stage.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I fought a guy called Logan Farley. He was the #1 amateur from France when I fought him at Killicam. And everyone was going on about his striking. He was already clinching up with me in the first 12 seconds. Do you know what I mean? I don't always use the striking because I don't have to. It's much easier just taking someone down. You're not going to really get caught with a shot. You just take them down and just submit them. Whereas with the striking, only this past year have I'm really comfortable with defense, and but even still, you got to respect Tony Morgan. If he hits me, he can knock me out. So I've got to be very, very careful not to get hit with anything. I don't want to ever get hit. Whereas the takedown, it's just you're taking someone down. It's like Hamza Shemev. You see the way he just takes people down and controls. They've got no chance. It doesn't even look like a fight. It looks like a murder. And that's what it's good. Like if you look at my last couple of fights, I fought Kasemi at UCMA, and then I fought Batamag, who was an African Sambo champion. Some people didn't say I'll take him down. I did take him down, and it's like the grappling's there, and it's easier. You're controlling someone. They're not really able to beat you because you've already put them in that position. You're on top already. They're gassing out. You're smothering them at their nose and mouth. They can't breathe. You're keeping your weight on them. It's like a very easy winning position. Whereas I feel like with the stand-up, you have to be cold, calculated. And of course, you can just destroy someone in stand-up, same thing. But it's just, there's always that lucky shot.
Yeah, I think particularly your weight class and higher, that's always a concern. Maybe with the lighter weight class.
You with a shot. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I was going to ask you about that fight. Actually, I can ask you about it now, seeing as that you've talked about your UFC desires, and obviously that they are the top of the tree and the next to a fight in the UFC. How do you see that fight going between Adesanya and Costa?
2 ways. Either Adesanya outpoints him over 5 rounds, and Costa doesn't really shoot for takedowns out of some sort of ego thing, so they both have a stand-up fight. Or 2, Costa is able to clip him. I don't really see Adesanya clipping Costa. So Costa might knock Adesanya out, but it might also not happen. And then as for the ground game, I'm very confident Costa's the better ground fighter. So it depends. Does Costa use his ground game? But the thing is, just like Yoel Romero, some people don't, and I don't know why. But
yeah, Gaethje.
listen, it's just some are like the opposite. They're like me, for example. I'll take you down. If I know 100% I'm just going to win the fight, I'll take you down. You know, if you're someone who's better than me or has better wrestling, then I'll have to. And then this is what I say when I say you're now forcing my stand up. Now I have to strike, and I like to strike. There's no problem striking. I just don't feel comfortable striking, knowing that I could just take you down and beat you. That's all it is. You know.
Yeah, that's a very sensible game plan.
It's how you win.
Yeah.
How you get that Mayweather style. You know, you can say it's a bit muggy, but I'd say it's the game. It's mixed martial arts. You know it all will get destroyed.
Oh yeah, 100%. I call that having a fight IQ as well. So yeah, you talked about your UFC desires, and you've been talking about that from the get-go. And do you know, after our last interview, somebody said to me, like, this kid's calling out Darren Till, like, is he the real deal? And I said, he is the real deal. And I knew from the first time I saw him fight as an amateur, he was going to go a long, long way. And you've just always known it, haven't you? You've just always had your eyes set on that.
Yeah, I mean, it's the only thing I've ever wanted to do. I knew that I wanted to do MMA when I started MMA, and it's just the only thing I desire every day. It's like I was watching the last Samurai, just talking about how the Japanese, when they wake up, they do what they set out to do, their desire, you know.
Yeah.
And of course, mixed martial arts from the Pride days comes all from all that region, and then you get that. So I like the fighter's life. I like the lifestyle. It's just perfect. Can't beat it.
And I know you credit a lot of making it a career choice down to Jimmy Manoa as well. I've seen quite a few posts, particularly when he retired, where you gave him a lot of praise for making you believe that you could have a career in this. How much of a mentor has he been to you?
Massive. I mean, massive. I mean, at the end of the day, when I went to Lions Pride, I didn't even think I could do MMA because I thought I was too old. I thought 16 was too old to do MMA because I come from football where everyone's like 4 or 5 years old playing football. I was playing football at 5, and if I was 16 playing football and someone told me they started football at 16, they're never going to be better than me at football. I've been playing football since I was 5. And of course, there is, like, you look at Khabib, he's been wrestling from young. You look at Hamza Shemed, he's been wrestling from young. So you see it. There are a lot of cases where there are people who have trained from very young who have done very well in MMA. However, you look at John Jones, started MMA at 19 and in 3 years was the world champion. It also lets me know that there's also something called you're born for something. You're born to do something. I just feel like this is what I'm born for. I'm designed to fight. That's what I feel like I'm on this earth to do. And I feel like I found what I wanted to do, and I'm doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's great. Very happy about that.
You're kind of a rare breed though, because you're not just talented, it's the focus and how much you put into it as well. You know, there's a saying about hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard, but when you've got both, it's a really scary combination.
Well, hard work, it's like I work hard, but I've been like in a state of shock. Like, I remember when I went to All Stars and I watched Hamza Shemed training. He trains 25 hours a week.
I wanted to ask you about him.
25 hours a week. So then when I saw that, I realized, okay, there's levels. I realized, okay, it made me. I trained with him for the first time when I was 19. I trained with him the second time when 20, and I thought I was training, hard, and I do train compared to the most, the average majority. I train pretty hard, but Hamza, I was like, okay, this is different mental. This is like a different mental thing. Like, ever since I've seen him, it's made me step up my artwork. But although I will admit, I still probably his work rate is just physically. I don't know how he does it. I break physically. I'm just too tired. I'm too tired. I'll pull my hamstring if I go any further. Do you know what I mean? And it's like he just doesn't stop. So, but that's when I really learned about work rate. I work hard, but he's very hardworking.
Well, yeah, I wanted to ask you about him anyway, because I've seen you post about him as well. It was years ago. I think, was it 2017 the first time you trained with him, or maybe even longer ago than that? And you said, this
He's
guy is going to
24,
be
I
a
was
world
19.
champion.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you could just see it then.
yeah.
So
And
you've
then
not been
yeah,
surprised by his UFC performances then?
he smashes them all. He beat welterweight and middleweight. As of right now, I'll say he's #1. As of right now,
Wow.
can be out. Mate, you Adesanya's going to stop the takedown. You think Adesanya's going to stop that wrestling? No. And then he's on top of him like a swarm of wasps. He's not going to get up. He's just getting hit. And you think, okay, Kamaru Usman, that's a better matchup because Kamaru Usman's got more wrestling. You have to have wrestling against this guy. Like, you have to have wrestling. If you've got no wrestling, you're finished. I mean, you could have really good jiu-jitsu, but he's already got you're getting tired. He's on top and he's doing what he's designed to do. He does that every day in the gym. He just takes people down and he just smashes them. That's what he does. That he could do 10 rounds of that. Do you know what I mean? That's what he does. That's his car. That's what he naturally trains for. So these people are getting taken out of their element, and they've never felt pressure like that. You know, I've learned a lot from Hamza's style. Like, you might see it in this next fight. I might do something very similar. You know, taking someone down, they not having a clue what I'm doing. I'm just smashing them away, and they're just every exit's covered. They can't get out. You know, so yeah, it's a mad style. But I don't see. I mean, Usman might be able to wrestle with him a bit and maybe able to stop a few of the exchanges, but Hamza can box a bit as well. You know, and even still, wrestling is so good. I think he can just take you down. Like, that's how good he's got. Olympic level wrestling. He's never lost a wrestling match.
It's one of the most depressing and frustrating places to be when you're on the wrong end of that, for sure. So do you think with Khabib at lightweight and him at welter and middleweight, that style really is kind of the most dominant and imposing and therefore the most important of all the disciplines?
He's not the biggest middleweight. That's the only thing. He's not the biggest middleweight. He's a big welterweight, but he's not the biggest middleweight. For example, Paulo Costa would probably argue against that. He would probably say, no, he wouldn't beat me. But I just think he'd take him down and gas him out, and the steroid muscles wouldn't be able to keep up. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like this, you know. With me, I'm someone who's trying to build a skill set where I can tap you out from being underneath you. I can get you with leg locks. I can catch you. I try and do some weird Tony Ferguson shit, some darts, some stuff like this. Whereas I can still also wrestle, take you down, ground and pound you. Of course, there's levels to that. Hamza's the highest level at that. Like, as of right now, I think I'm not going to talk too soon, so I don't want to say anything too early. But I already see him. You know, Khabib's got the best ground and pound ever. Let's see how long that lasts. Let's just see how long that lasts. Because Hamza's the next level of output. Like, no, he doesn't stop. But obviously, you just need to see the competition rise before we can start saying anything like that. But yeah, I feel like with me, I'm 21, whereas they're a lot older than me. They're all 26, 27.
Yeah. Oh, Will's frozen. Oh. Let's hope Will comes. Yeah.
There we go. Sorry about that. But yeah, as I was saying,
okay.
I'm 21. I'm very young in the division. I feel like I've got a lot to grow. I'm not, you know, in 3 years, like when I'm 24, I can't wait to see where I am. You know, I already know how good I am right now, and I'm UFC material. So yeah, that's it really.
So I know Corona kind of like ruined plans and timelines and everything, because you seem like the sort of guy that would have that route to the UFC planned out in terms of when you wanted to fight and stuff like that. But assuming
I could already be in the UFC if it wasn't for this year last year.
Yeah.
I could already be there. I could already be like 6-7-0, you know?
Yeah, my heart literally hurts for all the people that have, you know, been. There's worse things going on, but it's still it makes me sad that people have had so much disrupted, and especially the people a lot older than you, Will, who, you know, are trying to get in on their last chance kind of thing, and they're thinking they're mid-30s and time's ticking, but for you, it's still frustrating the fact that all of this has been delayed. So what does the timeline look like now? Assuming that all the events go ahead until the end of the year, we're still not really sure what and where. So, what are you hoping for?
I'd say I'm hoping for just show after show after show, like a season. You know, McGregor was talking about that season. I want a season now. I just want to go boom, 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 non-stop. I'm that hungry. It's been so long being out. It makes you appreciate it too. Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Yeah. So stay injury free and just accept fights on every card that you can.
Well, of course, you know, obviously contracts, for example, like the contracts, you know, I can't talk about the contract, but you might not be able to fight on a show in a certain time within that other show. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, you got. It's in all honesty, you just got to fight. Boom, there's a fight in a week. Yo, is there someone? You know, I obviously you'd have to discuss this with your team and stuff, but I just want to go. I want to fight all the time, and I want to just get my name out.
Yeah. And who is the team that kind of helps you decide whether to accept fights or not?
Well, Jimmy's my manager. Jimmy Manuel is my manager. He manages my fight. So he got me this fight on Probellum. He got me the last one, which I had the bloody knee injury for. So he's done really well for me. He's got me some fights, and I know a lot of people haven't got fights, especially in this lockdown. So to have a fight, and a fight where I'm just, you know, it's now a goal, it's now an objective. I'm very grateful to have that.
Yeah, I'm actually upset that the Celtic Gladiator card is so close to the Probellum card, because I'd have loved to have seen you on that as well.
What date is that?
Is 22nd of August. But
no, that's after. That's August 1st is the Oh no!
You're 5th of September now, aren't you? Yeah. It's been moved.
Okay,
Sorry, Will.
Nah, that's depressing. There's also that contender show as well.
Yeah. So is that something you've been aiming for as well?
Got ghost fighting on the contender show.
Wow.
Shout out to Ghost.
Yeah.
He's an up and comer. Trust me, that guy's really good. Want to know pro as a featherweight? He's coming up. He's been training with me. He lived with me for 4 months in this lockdown, and we were training in here for 4 months.
Amazing. Where there's a will, there's a way.
That's it.
So yeah, all of the shows that have been announced have got epic cards, because I guess everyone wants to fight, so they've got literally the cream of the crop to choose from. So
yeah, you got on Probellum, Matty Byfield. You got he's a solid like heavyweight prospect. He's trains out of the Renegade lot, the Leon Edwards camp. He's fucking quality, very good stand up, good takedown defense, good get up. So he's solid.
Yeah.
Check out him as well.
I actually interviewed him after the last Probellum card in London. Is this Probellum card in London? I know it's pay-per-view.
Liverpool, I think. Liverpool.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if there's going to be any tickets for crowd. I need to look into that further.
I think it's pay-per-view only, according to what's been announced so far. But I'm sure that would change if
that will be an interesting one.
Changed
I
by
like
then.
the idea of that sparring in like a room with no crowd like that. That's just something because I feel like you can hear the sting of everything. You can hear your crowd.
You do.
It's more raw for me. I like that. But I don't mind either. I like having the crowd's awesome as well. But.
Yeah, it's also really interesting to hear people's corner team as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm loud when I'm in the corner. I go crazy in the corner.
So, one quote that I wanted to read out to you from another one of our interviews: 150 million% I'm going to be the #1 middleweight in the UK. I want you to tell me when you think that will come to fruition.
2 years.
2 years, awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I already feel like my skill level is now very high level. I just don't want to talk too much. Now it's time to fight. Now it's time to put actions, you know, now it's time to do it. Now it's time to prove it. So I want to fight this fight September 5th, and then interview me after when I've just won, because that was
Yeah,
after I'd won.
that's when you say. That's when I get all my
this is when I've won. This is when I'm now thinking, right, next move. Right now I feel very, very good, but I need to fight. It's been a year, so it's time to fight now. Then we'll start talking from there.
Well, Will, thank you so much. Absolute pleasure speaking to you as always. And I just love watching you fight. I'm loving watching your journey. I've been on the bandwagon from when I first saw you fight, and I fully believe everything that you say. And I think you're going all the way to the top. And I can't wait to see that Will Currie versus Darren Till at UFC London, as predicted by you.
2 years. Why not? Why can't it be 2 years? Why can't it be 2 years? If I win 3 by the end of the year, 4 maybe, then I'm in the UFC like springtime next year, and then I try and just smash 2, and you know what I'm saying? I think that fight can happen in the next 2 years. Why not?
Yeah. What did you think of his fight with Whittaker, and how did you score it?
Well, apparently he hurt his knee, and before he hurt his knee, I thought he looked all right. I feel like Whittaker was lunging for a lot of these shots.
Yeah.
I felt like he was the better striker, to be honest, in the early rounds. And then obviously he says he hurt his knee, but then he didn't really throw much. He just didn't throw anything. It was what it was. If you look at the stats, he ends up getting completely outstruck. But is that because his knee was torn out? I don't know. It's what he said.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, any of those 4 that we've spoken about could be future opponents, and yeah, I'm buzzing to see it. But
ready. First, I'm ready now. It's just, as I said, I'm my cockiness level in this interview is down here. Listen, when I've had my fight and I'm on a 2, 3, 4 fight win streak, and I'm just back in it again, and I've now proven myself. I know that the skills that I have been shown to people, and they now know that I possess them. That's when you're going to see me saying why, you know. Good talking, Katie. It was nice talking.
I'll catch you then. Thank you so much, Will. Best of skill and stay healthy.
Oh,
Take
thank you.
care.
Have a nice day.
And